y'all, I'm Denise and welcome to my channel. In today's video, we are going to be doing a reaction video, so sit back, relax, and get ready for me to react.
Soon we were both sneaking out of the auditorium and up.
They did not have sex in the school. Do not tell me that they had sex in her school. Whoa, where did she go? She supported him under the table? Okay. Wait, literally, what are those? Alright, let's get started. Hey y'all, I'm Denise. Welcome to my channel and to another video. For today's video, this is going to be a mother related video, so let's find out what's going on. Hey y'all, we have found a playlist on StoryTime Animated Live. Never heard of them before, but they most likely have animated stories just like all the other My Story Animated spin-off channels. Anyways, we're going to be watching an animated story about, actually I don't even know what it's going to be about, but you already know it's going to be baby related or mother related or pregnancy related. Alright, so let's find out what we're in for today. Alright, let's play this thing.
Hi, my name is Amy.
Hey Amy, what's up girl? Are you showing your cleavage? Oh, is that why you pregnant? Oh, actually, I just noticed that it says the stories here at the bottom. So let's see, we have pregnant in middle school, pregnant in elementary school, pregnant from drinking baby milk. Oh my goodness. Okay. Go back. Right, okay, this story, this girl got pregnant in middle school. How'd you get pregnant, Emily? Did she say her name's Emily? I think so. Okay, what's up girl?
And I'd like to tell you how my life completely changed when I was still in middle school. You see, back when I was in 8th grade, I was very popular. All the kids wanted to be my friends, and I never had to worry about bullying.
I wonder what that was like. I wonder what's like having friends. I wonder what it's like being popular in high school, being popular in general. And what's the last thing she said? She was, oh, bullied? Girl, what is that life like? What is it like? Tell me. I'm okay though. I'm okay.
It was so nice to have everyone in school know my name. It was a great experience, and I know that I had it easier than most kids my age.
Yeah, better than me. My name is Daniece, and growing up, everyone, Denise. One of the teachers used to call me Darniece. I was like, there's not even an R, but I'm like, okay, you tried, Mrs. Yeah, that was one of the only teachers that tried. It's Daniece, D4N13C3, Daniece. Put it on the screen in big letters. It's D4N13C3. My name right there, Daniece. So difficult for people to pronounce. It's okay though, it's okay, I'm not mad. The only thing, if I know you and if you're close to me, then you have to say my name right. If we're just passing by, you're like, oh, what's your name? Denise. Oh, Denise? Okay. So what is it like for life to be easy, Emily, where people all know your name and your life is easier than most? Go ahead. You have the floor now.
I was very pretty, and all the guys in my class wanted to date me. They constantly hit on me and brought me nice gifts. It was nice and flattering, I have to admit. That being said, I didn't feel ready to date any of them back then. I was just happy to get their attention and perhaps sometimes flirt back. That was it though, at least until I met Alex.
Uh-oh, Alex. It's always when they meet the guys that it starts to go downhill. Let me guess. She looked at him, boom, instantly pregnant. That's usually how it works in these. I caught on, okay? I caught on to what's going on. They meet, they look each other in the eyes, and instantly they're pregnant. That's how the stories go. That's how it goes.
It was the end of school party, and we had all decided to have a big dance. It was a semi-formal event, so my mom and dad bought me the prettiest dress I had ever worn.
Pause. Who misses school dances? I do. You know, when I was younger, every time there was a flyer for the school dances, I was always so hyped. I was like, oh my gosh, yes, I can't wait. Like, I love dancing, but then I don't know why I'm literally so shy in public when it comes to dancing. I barely dance. Literally, the one time at a dance, I got a scratch in the eye from one of my friends. We were dancing and she literally cut me in the eye. She cut my cornea and I was blind in my left eye. No, I'm already blind in my left eye because I have a lazy eye. Can you tell? Like, just falls down to the side. But no, she cut me in my right eye, so I literally couldn't see for nothing. Mad blurry. And when I went home and told my parents, they were like, oh, you were dancing with some girl's man and you fall and she cut your eye. I was like, what are you talking about? I was like, I wish I was brave enough to dance with any other person than besides in a group. You know what I mean? I wanted to dance, but I was too shy. And now that's why I like dedicate my life to dancing. I think I'm going to start making dancing TikToks. I'm going to be like, yeah, that's gonna be me. You're gonna see my TikTok. Find it down below. I'm gonna have it linked. Find my TikTok. I'm gonna be dancing. If you're watching this video right now and I don't have dancing on my TikTok, call me out because I wanna be a dancer. Like, literally. I was too scared and too like shy to dance in public. I freaking tried out for the dance team. I had the routine memorized. They told me to freestyle, but I'm not good at freestyling. Like, you gotta show me the choreography and then I'll do it and then I'll dance it. I made my freestyle routine, and then when it came to do it, blanked. I got to the tryouts, I did the routine, and then when it got to doing the freestyle, blanked. Stood there. I did like the two-step, just going side to side. I was too shy. And now I'm making up for it. I'm going to be dancing on TikTok. I practice dancing with my family whenever we have family functions. You already know we're dancing because I'm making up for it in my past days when I didn't dance at school. Did I even say I would hype myself up and dance? Like, at home, I remember we would put a blanket down on the floor to pretend it's a dance floor. We will blast music. We will dance around. And then when we get to the school dance, wouldn't even dance. Who does that? Are you going to dance, girl? Let me see what you got, okay? Let's go.
It was red and beautiful, and I think it made me look older than I was. I loved the way it fit, and still remember the moment my mom took me shopping for it. I was so happy and swirled around to show it off. The dance was organized at the school's auditorium, and I was amazed at how lovely everything looked. There were small lights everywhere, and crepe paper garlands hanging from the walls, and right there, standing in the middle of the dance floor, the cutest guy I had ever seen in my life, Alex. He was staring at me intensely, but didn't come close to me at first. He seemed a bit shy.
He's just like watching her across the room like, hey, Emily. She's like, hey, Alex. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry.
But had the most gorgeous grin. Finally, after about half an hour of staring at each other from different sides of the room, he approached me. We began to chat, and soon he asked me to dance.
Wait, 30 minutes? That's a red flag. Red flag.
Alex,
red dress and a red flag.
It was so funny and sweet, and we danced all night together. I don't think any other guy had any chance with me after I met him. I instantly fell for him. It was love at first sight. I know it may seem silly, but to me, it felt that way. My stomach was all knotted up, my heart was beating so fast, and I couldn't stop smiling. For the first time in my young life, I was actually considering dating someone. I didn't know how my parents would take it, but I knew it was time. We started flirting really hard after a while, and I had my first kiss with him that very night. It didn't take long before we got handsy with each other.
Pregnant. I'm telling you, when they kiss, instantly pregnant. Instantly pregnant. Alex, you are the father. He's the father.
It was also new, and I wasn't used to feeling that way. I'll admit that I didn't handle things too well. I got blinded by how nice it felt to kiss him, and one thing led to another. Soon we were both sneaking out of the auditorium and up.
They did not have sex in the school. Do not tell me that they had sex in her school. I will leave right now. If they go to a classroom and have sex, imagine they have sex in the sex ed room.
Upstairs to one of the empty classrooms. All alone, we got to kiss a lot more, and you can imagine how things got out of hand.
Yeah, I'm imagining right now. I just imagined.
I was too young to fully understand everything that was happening, but I wasn't silly either. I knew I shouldn't have stayed there alone with Alex, but he was so perfect for me. I felt like I was already in love, and that he was the guy I had been dreaming about.
I was gonna say, how can you just look at someone and be like, that's the one? You knew right from the start, but then that's how my life worked. That literally, one look at my husband when I first met him, and I was like, boom, he's the one. I gotta drop everything for him. So, okay, I understand that, but I didn't have sex the moment that I saw him, okay? That's a little bit red flag, red dress and a red flag. Oh, man.
That night, he walked me home, and we kissed goodnight at my porch. I felt like I was floating on air. I swear, I couldn't stop smiling. The next morning, I told my mom that I had kissed a guy for the very first time, and that I really liked him. Of course, I didn't tell her everything that had happened, or that I had experienced other firsts that night as well. She would have freaked out.
Duh. You lost your virginity at school, in the sex ed room. Of course your mom would not understand. Or of course, whatever you just said.
I really did like Alex, and she'd never allow us to date if she knew what had happened between us.
I just have to pause this video to remind you to give this video a thumbs up, to comment down below. Let me know what you like so far about this video. You should also check out this playlist right up here. And make sure you subscribe right over here. Alright, we can get right back into this video.
She told me she wanted to meet this boy I liked so much before giving me permission to date him. Of course, I agreed, but I didn't know if he'd want to do that. I texted him that night, and much to my surprise, he said yes. Alex told me he really...
She's talking in Morse code to him. Instantly, yes. He's like, beep, 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 beep. Yes. Okay, alright, she knows Morse code. They couldn't just write that out, though. Okay.
And that he'd be more than happy to come over for dinner. Alex was such a gentleman in front of my parents. He completely won them over, and they gave us their blessing to begin dating. Of course, Dad put some ground rules, like I had to come back home before 10 p.m. and that we couldn't be alone in my room with the door closed.
Even though they already did it, you're just gonna keep that information to yourselves, Emily? I'm sorry, I forgot if her name is Emily. But you're just gonna keep that to yourself. And are you taking pictures of him? You're taking pictures of Alex? Y'all watch each other across the room for 30 minutes and now you're taking pictures of him across the room?
I kind of giggled at that, since my mom and dad didn't have any idea of everything we had already done. But it was fine, we didn't need to rush into doing that again. We were still very young after all. The problem was, a few months later, I began feeling really odd. I would get sick in the morning and my belly was starting to swell up a bit. I didn't understand what was going on and thought I was just under the weather.
Wait, what are those eyebrows? What? Oh, how many eyebrows do you have right now? Literally, what are those? What are those? Okay, if you got this far and you don't know what's happening, she's pregnant. They had sex in the sex ed room at school and now she's pregnant.
I had eaten something that didn't agree with me. The problem was that it kept getting worse and it didn't go away. I mean, my belly was getting bigger and I knew that something was wrong. Like I said before, I didn't know much about dating and all that stuff, but I wasn't completely sheltered either, so I soon realized that I might be pregnant. I freaked out completely. My best friend came to my rescue. I had texted her about my suspicions.
And Morse code. This girl knows Morse code.
And she arrived at my place with a pregnancy test.
Oh, whoa, she looks like your mom. Wait, why does she look completely different? She looks like she doesn't even belong in this story.
Those were the 2 longest minutes of my life. We were both in the bathroom after I peed on the stick and couldn't stop staring at the test. Finally, the results were displayed, and it turned out I really was pregnant. I began sobbing, and my best friend hugged me really tightly. She asked me what I wanted to do about it. I was a bit confused about that whole mess, but in the end, I made up my mind. I had to be responsible and do the right thing.
Yes.
I was going to have that baby and be the best mom I could.
Whoa, is that baby inside your shirt? How much about pregnancy do you know? It's not like that. It does not work like that.
I was really young myself. Of course, I was really shocked that this was happening and so disappointed that I could have been so foolish. I wanted to make up for the big mess I had gotten myself in. So that night, I sat down my parents and told them everything. They were so mad at first. Of course, I saw it coming, but it still hurt to see them so upset with me. I was their only daughter, and they had high hope for my future.
Oh, and I just realized she's in middle school too. Dang. How does she got boobs like that if she's in middle school? Or is this just her telling the past? Oh, I guess she could have big boobs in middle school. I guess.
They felt I was throwing it all away. I promised that I would keep studying and would take responsibility for my mistakes.
Okay.
They were glad to hear me say that, but still not too happy about the whole situation. They told me I needed to talk to Alex right away. I got so flustered by that, but knew it was the only way to go. My parents called his folks and we all got together to speak about it. I was so surprised that Alex completely manned up. He never once tried to weasel his way out of it.
Didn't they just meet? There's no time for nothing else to happen. What do you mean he didn't have no chance to get away? Y'all literally just met and y'all just did the deed. He didn't have time to escape or leave. It all just happened.
And his parents told me I had their full support as well. Of course, both our moms and dads were angry at us, but we were still their children and they were not going to just kick us out or something like that.
I would have. If y'all seen my other video, you know what I would have done. As soon as they graduate school, you're out of the house, you're out of the picture. You gotta take care of this baby on your own. Yeah, you wanna do the deed? Then you completely take care of the deed and everything else that comes with it. Comment down below if you agree with me. Yeah, put the hands if you agree. Yeah.
I thought kids at my school would mock me about it or be mean to me. Much to my surprise, when I came back from summer vacation, everyone was so nice to me.
This girl can do no wrong. This girl can do no wrong. She doesn't get bullied. She gets gifts. Even though she doesn't want to date anybody, they still like her and they want to talk to her. She can do no wrong.
They had heard of my decision to keep the baby and they were all so proud of me. All the girls gushed at how pretty my kid would be and I was so relieved about it.
Okay.
Everyone in my life was super supportive and I never imagined that it would be that way. That's not to say that life was easy from that point on. I had to study and take care of a baby after I gave birth to my child. He ended up being a boy and we named him Liam. Of course, my mom and dad, as well as Liam's other grandparents, helped often, but very clear that it was my and Alex's responsibility.
Okay, good. That's what I like to hear. You gotta let them know this is your baby, this is your responsibility. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. I'll let you finish.
We had to work extra hard, studying with our baby in our arms and staying up late when Liam got fussy.
Ooh, did you see his face? He looked like he was not enjoying that. He's not here for it. Well, I guess he is here for it, but he's just not enjoying it. But good, that's what you get for doing the deed. Sorry.
Also, when he was sick, we had to miss school and then study even harder to make up for the lost time.
Good.
We ended up graduating high school along with all of our other friends, and
Good.
we both got accepted into prestigious colleges.
Whoa, college. How are you gonna do that? How are you gonna do that? Okay, I guess tell us how you're gonna do it.
That meant we had to hire a nanny to help us while we were at class.
With what money? Well, do they have jobs? How are you paying for this, girl? How are y'all paying for this and the baby? Because this is expensive.
Since we moved away from home, Alex worked part-time to support us, and our parents helped us with other expenses.
Okay.
I managed to get a scholarship, so that gave us some extra money as well. I became a nurse, then Alex graduated top of his class at law school. He got recruited by one of the best law firms in the city, and he soon began climbing the corporate ladder.
This is all good. This is all good news. Okay, I like what I'm hearing. This is good. Time's going by really fast, but it's good. I like what I'm hearing. Okay.
So it didn't take long for him to become a top-notch professional. Eventually, Alex decided he wanted to be his own boss. I supported him completely, of course.
Whoa, where did she go? She supported him under the table? Okay, alright. Okay, I see you, I guess. Well, I don't see you. Okay.
He opened his business and his talents brought him plenty of clients. Now he has over 20 lawyers working for him full time,
Okay.
and he's doing very well for himself. I'm so proud of my husband. We lived comfortably and paid our parents back for everything they gave.
Good. That's good because I want my children to pay me back for everything that we are doing to take care of them. That's gonna be like hundreds and thousands, okay? Are my kids watching this right now? You're gonna owe me mad money. Okay, I'm serious.
We are also able to offer.
I told you, time's going by so fast. He's a boy now. Well, he's been a boy, but he's a grown boy right now.
We are a big, happy family now. Even if we messed up back in middle school, we made up for it and managed to make something of ourselves.
Well, your husband made something of himself. No offense. You can still do you, but you didn't say what you've done. You know what I'm saying? Don't take all his credit. Oh, we're doing so well for ourselves. When he's the one that got 20 lawyers working for him, what are you doing, girl? Well, I see you under the table, so I guess you're doing something.
Hard work and determination, everything is possible. I was really lucky that Alex was such an honorable guy and that he didn't bail out on me. What I thought was love at first sight ended up being real and long.
Ooh, girl, yes. Yes. Actually, that's my life. Did this girl live my life? Or is she living my life? Did she live what? I feel that. True love at first sight can literally last long. I can tell you that from experience. Literally. My life right now, love at first sight and long-lasting love. Yes. Okay, preach, girl. Yes, you're preaching to the choir right now. I feel you.
I still can't believe I got so lucky. I'd prefer that he didn't date anyone, at least till he was in high school, and perhaps even better if he waited a bit longer.
Yeah.
Thinking back on everything that happened when I was younger, I know I made some big mistakes. I should have waited and taken things slow with Alex. It would have been far easier to finish high school.
Yeah, instead of finishing in the sex ed room, if you know what I'm saying.
And to study during college. I wouldn't have my beautiful Liam. He's growing so big, and he's making both his dad and me so proud. Thank you for watching. What is the hardest decision you ever had to take in your life?
I'm glad you asked. I don't know. I don't have an answer for you. Actually, y'all should comment down below. What's the hardest decision that you had to make? And feel free to get deep. I'm here to read your whole life story down in the comments below. This was a pretty good, interesting story. I'm happy that this girl had an easy life. Maybe I'm jealous, but I made up for it having like that rough time with the baby and everything. Good, you know. I feel like there has to be a balance in life. It can't just all be good and all be bad. There has to be good and bad. And I'm glad she had both because, you know, life is not perfect. Nothing in life happens perfectly. So, yeah, that was a pretty good story with a very good ending. Her husband is successful and he can support them and he's there for them. That's all that we can ask for. If you want to see more stories just like this, make sure to give this a like. Thank you so much for watching. Comment your favorite part and what type of videos that you would like to see. You can also share this video with all of your friends. My social media handles will be linked down below. I have a TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. You guys really should check it out. You can subscribe to my channel by clicking right here. You should check out this playlist of my newest videos. And over here is a playlist of my most recommended videos that I know that you're going to love. Don't forget to subscribe and join the family. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.